Hello again and welcome to Ndudu by Fafa.
Hello family, thank you again for tuning in. Today I'm taking it to the Ewerland and I'm bringing you the classic Nagoti Dzogbo, which simply is sweet potatoes porridge. But it's not any other porridge, it's also natural, great for breakfast, and yes, it just requires little ingredients. There are variations of this recipe, and of course we have the poto, which includes the fish stock. But for this, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Now, if this is your first time, you're welcome. My name is Fafa. I love to create new recipes and also dabble in the traditional recipes that we do have across the continent. So to start, we need our onion, which is sabala, Zomi, which is a spiced palm oil, the sweet potatoes known as Nagoti, and wembese, which are the green chilies. Yeah, so these are just the ingredients that we need, and of course some liquid. So here I've got my sweet potatoes and I'm using my potato peeler to peel it as quickly as I can. And of course I'm going to wash that and dice it because it makes for a quicker cooking time. Now that we have our sweet potatoes diced and beautiful, yes, now I'm going to transfer that into my saucepan that has some water. Yes, of course. And I'm going to be adding my wembese, or may I say green chilies, yes. And to that I'll also be adding my onions and a little bit of salt, and I'm going to bring this to the boil. And it is at this point that I do add my spiced palm oil, or Zomi, may I say. And this makes me so nostalgic because I just wish that I had the traditional Zomi that you get from the villages, and it's ever so incredible and creamy in its nature. The flavor is just to die for. So hence that's why this recipe requires little ingredients, because the Zomi makes it. It makes the dish. Anyway, my sweet potatoes just looks good, so I'm just going to take it out, and I'm using my vagba, or may I say my earthen clay bowl with internal ridges. Yes, and I'm just going to be grinding this into that beautiful mushy consistency. Because as the name says, Dzogbo means porridge. Yes, so it has to have that sort of smooth consistency. And of course, if you could be making this for a baby, then you need to exclude the spices. Yes. Now, don't you worry, I will be leaving the list of ingredients and measurements on my blog, fafagilberts.com, and I'll leave a link in the description box, because when it comes to the measurements, it's quite important that you get it right and you get the right consistency. If not, you could end up with a very, very wet or almost like a runny porridge. Yes, and yes, maybe that's what you like, but this has to be served just so. So of course I've added my mashed sweet potatoes, and I'm just mixing all of this together until it's well combined. And as I always say, this is not any other food. This is Ndudu by Fafa. Folks, your dish is ready. I hope you're inspired to try this recipe, and if you do, please, I'd love to hear your feedback. Do leave comments below and share your experience. Now this, P.S. there is a stones, is ready for me to serve. Now, if you also haven't clicked the subscribe button, I hope I've given you the reason to. Please do so. Like the video, which is important. Smash it with your comments, yes, and share with your family and friends and invite them over, yes. As I mentioned, I'll leave the list of ingredients and measurements on my blog, fafagilberts.com, so do check it out, and I'll leave a link in the description box. You will find more traditional African recipes on my other blog, Ndudu by fafa.blogspot.com, so do check it out. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat as Ndudu by Fafa, so pass by and say hi. Noel, thank you very much for my theme song, and on to my next recipe. Take care of you. Be nice, be beautiful, be gorgeous. And guess what? I love you for you. Thank you very much for watching.